Yeah. 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 Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I'm at their neck like a guillotine. Woo! Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a Reno. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams. Whoa! I'm going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI. Yeah, we be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD with a playwright. Yeah, I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I go ape on it. Yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI, yeah, we be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD with an A, yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah, I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah, we be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD with a playwright, yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah, I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah.
Hello and what's going on, everybody? Welcome back into Centex Primetime. I am your host, Jalen Gillis, getting ready to bring you through the primetime topics in sports, not just here in the Central Texas area, but from all around the nation. We want to thank everybody for tuning in with us here today on Centex Primetime, as we've got a lot to cover. Football season starts tonight here in Central Texas, as Midway will be taking on Round Rock Westwood, as they'll be playing at UMHB's field down there in Belton. We'll talk about that today. We'll have a great interview planned for you guys a little bit later on at about 6 o'clock. We'll have Savoy Nichols, the quarterback for University High School, will be on here with us. He'll come in here and tell us a little bit about what we can expect out of not only him, but also out of the Trojans for this upcoming season. Also, week 1 in college football starts this weekend. It really already started, as Boise State and USF are playing right now. I know y'all aren't watching that because you're watching over here, and I don't blame you. We got a lot to talk about. Obviously, we've got to get to the biggest breaking news of the entire day, and that is the Micah Parsons trade. We want to thank everybody for tuning in with us here on YouTube, Centex Sports Network / Centex Sports TV over on YouTube. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button as well. Also, click the bell so you can get notified whenever we go live here every single day, Monday through Thursday. Friday, we're debuting Friday Night Flex, a show that's going to cover all of the high school football in this greater Waco area. So I am super excited about that. But we got to jump right into the breaking news, folks. Micah Parsons gets traded from America's team to the Green Bay Packers. He sends out a tweet and says, "Thank you, Dallas, and go Pack, go." This has been a crazy saga, I guess you could say, and I got to get some other opinions in on this as well. So I'm calling in now. I got to call in one of our resident Cowboy fanatics, Mr. Kyrell Gibson, calling in with us to talk about this Micah trade. Kyrell, I don't even know where to start with this one. I guess what is your first thoughts? You got the breaking news just like everybody else. What was your first thoughts when you seen Micah Parsons getting traded?
First of all, I was shocked. I was kind of just froze for a second. This is 6 months apart from another heartbreaking trade that took place in the city of Dallas. So it's kind of rough, but I feel like at least this one wasn't coming off a championship appearance, right?
Yeah.
So it's like we it sucks to give up on we got to stop with the generational talent stuff too. Like
Micah not generational no more because he got traded?
No, it wasn't even like it's not even because he got traded though. Like we kind of put him like clearly third, right, as a top player, top D in the league, right?
Yeah, I got him somewhere around there. Yeah, probably top 5 for sure. Most likely top 3.
Probably 3.
Yeah,
or 4.
Sure.
And then when we get to talking about 188 guaranteed, over 4 years, I was like, all right, well, the more the contract numbers started coming out and everything, it's like, well, do you want to really pay that for, pay that to a team or to a player over 4 years at the DN spot, right? So the more things coming out, early on when the contract stuff started, it's just like, man, what are y'all doing? Just pay him, just pay him. And then more stuff starts coming out. You start hearing the money. You start like thinking, well, that got paid. C got paid. Uh, Trayvon Diggs has a contract. Bland has to get paid. Well, where are we going here, man? Like, are we gonna be the Bengals? You know, because we could. That's what we was gonna do. That's okay. They got Joe Burrow and 2 top receivers that they paid, and a DN that they paid short term, right? So, but nobody else on that team is getting anything. You know, they're not getting a check at all. So you're gonna sacrifice a corner, your linebacker, everywhere else you finna sacrifice. The benchmark is the Eagles. So when I think about it like that, how close are we with Micah Parsons to competing with the Eagles, right? And we have a lot of holes, and Micah was not filling those holes, honestly. He's a great player, great pass rusher, top 5 pass rush win rate. But, bro, we had a terrible run defense with him on the field. We were like bottom tier, you know? So it's kind of one of those things like, yeah, he's a fan favorite. Yeah, he has the respect of his peers as an individual. But team-wise, getting Kenny Clark back, even though he's coming off a terrible year, but we were getting ready to draft or start an undrafted free agent and nose tackle. That's what we were about to do because Mozzie Smith was about to get cut. Only reason Mozzie Smith wasn't cut this year is because Jerry knows, like, they know they invested a first-round pick. But everybody said that Ernest Brown, Perrion Winfrey outplayed Mozzie. He's the worst D tackle we have. So we're starting Jay Toya now. You know what I'm saying? We're starting Jay Toya now, undrafted free agent. You know, so I'm thinking like, okay, we got Kenny Clark, we got 2 first-round picks. Yeah, they're going to probably be in the 20 to 32 range, but do you trade that? Would you give up 2 first-round picks? Would you trade a top 5 pass rush win rate for 2 first-round picks and a needed position that you need from a good player? He's not a star, he's not a bum, but he's a good player. I think I'll take that trade. I think we're more well-rounded right now. So, like, it sucks to see, like, a household name leave and a great talent leave because he's a crazy pass rusher. But that Green Bay game, you know, I'm not seeing Micah jump off the screen, man. I'm not seeing him stuff the run. Our run defense was terrible with him on it. So, if he was a more all around player, like as good as he was stopping the run, as he was rushing the passer, it makes sense. Like, I'd be a little more hurt, but right now, I hate to say it, Cowboys fans, man, but this move makes sense. We're not giving up. Can't pay $180 million for 14 sacks. Like, that's good, but it ain't great. We gotta remember DeMarcus Ware, Michael Strahan, Alden Smith, we talking about 20. That's a great 19, 18. Those are great numbers. Micah's stats like really don't hold up for that, man. Like, we talking into pass rush win rate. Okay, he winning the pass rush, but are we winning? Is our defense winning games? No, hasn't for the last since DQ left. So I think right now you take the picks. You're gonna have 4 first-round picks over the next 2 years. Bolster up this team, man. You fill these holes now. Y'all want to bring up, do we question Jerry to make the right decision on those picks? And that's fair. But I don't hate the trade. And I know DeMarcus Ware posted a video like, what are y'all doing? There's going to be plenty of outrage. But, hey, the Packers can do that. They're not paying any receivers. They have a quarterback, they have a running back, and nothing else. And Micah Parsons. They can do that. That's cool. That'd be great for them, you know. But we'll see. Hopefully this doesn't turn out to be like a Charles Haley situation, you know, where we trade them away and now they're on a dynasty run. You know, hopefully that doesn't happen. But, hey, if it does, hopefully we'll be the team that they're competing against, you know, 49ers and Cowboys. So it is what it is, man.
Yeah, I don't know if I would say that it would make them contenders, talking about the Green Bay Packers, but on the surface level, the Cowboys got worse and the Packers got better. That's how I view this on surface level, because I get your points of, yeah, they weren't going to be able to pay him, and, you know, you're going to be handcuffed by the cap because he was out there, but make that decision with somebody else. You don't make that decision with the best player on the team. Somebody else has to be the cap casualty. Make Trayvon Diggs the cap casualty. Make Deron Bland, who's going to get torched this year, a cap casualty. Make one of those guys a cap casualty. Don't make the guy that's got 52 sacks in 4 years, less than 4 years, really 3.5 years. He got 52 sacks. I understand your point about Aldon Smith and these other great pass rushers. None of them have more sacks than Micah Parsons through their first 4 years. Micah hadn't even got into his prime yet. He's just been out there running around off just freakish athleticism. What if he learns 2 moves? He can still get better. He could be a 20 sack a year type of guy. That's my problem with this. I can't say that the Cowboys got better here. You get 2 first-round picks. Are any one of those first-round picks going to turn out to be Micah Parsons? Absolutely not. Kenny Clark is cool, but putting Kenny Clark in a position of need just makes you have another position of need because now your pass rushers are a position of need. Dante Fowler is only successful when he has Dan Quinn as a coach. That has just been proven. He's been in the league 10 years. Only time he's ever been successful is when Dan Quinn is his coach. I don't know how they replace Micah. They don't. I'll just put it like that. They don't replace Micah. Did they get better or worse in this trade? They got worse. But at the point it was going to, I think this just is what it is. I said it on the show maybe earlier this week. I didn't think Micah was going to get traded this year at all. But I definitely thought maybe 2 years down the road that this relationship would be over with. They got it over with now. I think this is Jerry Jones showing us, hey, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. You thought you was finna little dog me. You thought you had the leverage. You thought you had the power. And what everybody thought, including myself, at least a little bit, we all thought that Jerry Jones actually cares about football. And he don't care anything about football. Nothing. He cares about power. I have the power. You're questioning my power. Now you got to get out. Dez wants to say, hey, why I'm not getting paid? You got to get out. Certain players, you can't question the power of Jerry Jones because now all football, the little bit of football rationale that he does have goes completely out of the window. There is no rationale anymore. Now, to that being said, did they get a pretty decent haul for him? Yes. I do like the trade of 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark as opposed to 2 first-round picks. One of them is 3 years from now, a 5th-round pick, and then maybe a 6th-round pick. And I hate when teams do that. I would rather get a player back. And the Cowboys got a player that directly addresses a problem they have. Do I think it's going to change the Cowboys season drastically? In my opinion, no. I think they're going to be, maybe this is a one game type of changer. If I thought they were going to win 9 games, maybe they win 8. If I thought they were going to win 12 games, maybe they win 11. I don't see this being a huge thing for this particular year. But moving forward, as they get out of the Dak Prescott era, as they get out of the CeeDee Lamb era, well, not CeeDee Lamb because he'll still be there, but as they transition from the Dak era and they're going to have to bolster a strong defense, you had a 26-year-old that's got almost the most sacks through 4 years of anybody in NFL history on your team. Hasn't entered his prime yet. We do remember him losing in that Green Bay game. He looked horrible. I do remember him at the first 3 games of the season last year when they played the Saints and other guys, and he looked terrible. As far as the run defense, I ain't going to say his pass rushing looked terrible, but as far as him totally on the defense looked terrible, and he was on it. I do remember those moments, but at this exact moment, I can't say that the Cowboys got better when you trade away your best player. It just is what it is, and it's a necessary thing sometimes. I don't know if this was necessary, but at times it is necessary to trade your best player. But I always say you cannot get better if you trade the best guy on your team. That's what the Cowboys did right here. As they move forward into this season, how do you think this affects the locker room, Kyra? We've already seen CeeDee Lamb tweet it out. We've seen a couple other guys, Trayvon Diggs, tweeted some stuff out. You talked about DeMarcus Ware. How does this affect the locker room? We're a week away. 1 week today, they'll be playing against the Super Bowl champs at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. How does that affect the locker room?
Look, so this is the thing, guys. Everybody had us around 8 to 9 wins, right? That's where everybody was putting us, right? We weren't going to be that good when Michael was here. Like, that's where everybody was.
Rocky's in the chat, and he said you bugging right now, so I just had to let you know. But yeah, you keep going.
Who said that?
Rocky, another Cowboys fan. Yeah, he's gonna get on here and have his opinion too.
Look, I get what you're saying, man. You trade the best player or do all this and do all that. The fact of the matter is Michael's never been good in the run game, bro. Like, ever. Like, so we've been bad in the run game for the last 2 years. I get it. He's a top 3 DN. He's a top 5 win rate on pass rushes. My thing is, you got 4 first-round picks over the next 2 years. We were standing at 9-8. I had us winning about 11 games, but the majority of the media had us winning about 9 to 8 games, maybe 10. You know, a lot of teams before Micah got traded, they wasn't even putting us over the Packers. Honestly, like the Packers people was already saying the Packers was better than us. The locker room is what it is, man. Like Trayvon Diggs is gonna be gone. That's clear. They get that man out of $500,000. They finessed him out of $500,000. He's gone. I don't whether he wants to be here or not. I mean, actually, I know he don't want to be here. Anybody gonna rob me of $500,000 and I'm gonna stay? No, he's gonna be gone, and that's gonna be of a mutual decision, not my mutual, but Jerry and him. So I just feel like we were already a middle of the pack team, right? Nothing we was about to do this year besides Dak having an MVP year was going to put us on par with the Eagles, right? So what you're doing is you're gearing up for the end of Dak's contract, right? Those final years, he's going to have everything. This team is going to be, if they draft correctly and don't bust, they're going to be deep at every row. We're going to be probably looking like the Ravens, where our wave players are starters on the Saints. You know, like that's what I'm gearing up for. Like Micah is a great talent, man, and it's going to affect the locker room. He was loved in the locker room, but at the end of the day, man, we weren't a complete football team, and this gets us closer to being a complete football team. It's just like Madden, bro. You got a 95 at edge and 68, 75. You know, so now you about to have a 90. You about to have a 80 on edge, right? And Dante Fowler, I respect the point about Dan Quinn, but he coming off 2 good years, so I'm gonna give him an 80, right? You got Osa, who's average or above average defensive tackle. You got Kenny Clark, above average defensive tackle, and then you got a plethora of a rookie in Sam Ezraku. James Houston was the best defensive end to me for us this preseason. And then you got Sam Williams on a prove-it year. So we're deep at edge rusher. We were weak at nose tackle. And then with these 4 first-round picks, you can fill out this roster with the best talent you can choose from. Honestly, Micah's not there. Now, if it was Miles, that's a different story. But I feel differently about Micah and Miles, man. I really do. Micah is a great player. He probably hasn't hit his prime yet, but is his prime going to be 20 sacks? We don't know. He could learn a couple moves. We've been waiting on him to learn a couple moves for the last 2 years. He's still just, punching people, fighting, which is cool. It works. He's more athletic. But as he gets older, the athleticism is going to curve. And I just feel like 4 first-round picks over the next 2 years, and you don't do anything, you don't win with that. That's a different story. This is a franchise Madden setup. You got 4 first-round picks over the next 2 years. You better win. You got to. That's too much talent that you passing up on, right? Is that not a lot?
No, I mean, it's a lot, but we've seen teams before with 4 first-round picks and haven't won anything. Like, I can't just say, okay, you'll get 4 first-round picks and that justifies you trading the guy away. I think the relationship was going to end anyway. So if you're just saying we're going to get it out the way early, that's cool. I'm cool with that, and, we'll get it out the way early. But if you're saying this is going to just make us better and this is a trade for – because at this point now you're saying, hey, Cowboys fans, let's look forward 3 years from now. Forget about what's going to happen in the next 3 years with Dak Prescott or any of this stuff. Let's just forget about that and let's move forward to 3 or 4 years from now. Because even if you draft a stud in the first round, it's going to take him a couple years to become a guy. So even with that, I mean, it's tough to say that. Rocky on the chat said ones become bums for the Cowboys a lot of times. Talking about first round picks.
Okay, I mean, but I feel like that's unfair. Like if as long as we draft the Michigan dudes, they bums. Outside of that, we really not missing. It's just the Michigan guys. Taco, Mozzie, who else?
That's crazy. I didn't even think of that.
We hit on our ones, man. Like, and like Jay, I'm gonna go back to you. What you said when you first came on, man. Like, you said without Micah, we one game away, or we lose one more game, right? Mm-hmm. Or You're taking one off the win total. If you told me, right, if I told you, hey, I'm gonna take one win off your win total for this year, and I'll give you 2 first-round picks and a starting D tackle, would you take that?
I mean, yeah, but that doesn't change what your win total might look like for next year. Because next year, what if you have no stars on defense? This year, it might have changed you from a 10 to a 9, but next year, it might have changed you from 10 to 6, which is a completely different season in the NFL.
I just don't. I think we're in a very different position than the other teams that give up, that that have had this many first round picks over 2 years. Because one thing we do have is offense. We're going to have offense. Dak's not going to be a bum. He's going to throw 30 touchdowns.
But then you got to worry about Dak's staying healthy. You got to worry about Dak's age. You have to worry about CD staying healthy, and you have to pay George Pickens this offseason. You still have no running back.
Able to do that.
But if you're going to put all your eggs in on offense, then you got to use those 2 first-round picks on offense too, because now your defense has no stars. Your defense has no stars.
Okay.
There's no star on the defense now.
Defense has no stars.
Zero stars on the defense.
I will say this. I'm a heavy believer in our cornerback room. I really do. I think our cornerback room is probably going to be a top cornerback room in the NFL. Now, everywhere else, you're right. We do need to replenish the safety. We do need to replenish the D line. No corners can guard when you can't rush the passer. No corner in the NFL. No corner in the NFL can guard if you cannot rush the passer. I think rushing the passer is way more important than your DBs, and your DB room ain't that great. It's solid. It's solid. It's opportunistic, but not one person on that defensive back room can guard a top receiver one-on-one. Not one human. We saw the defense with a good pass rush though. Like we saw,
and it was top 5 in the league.
He was top 5. He was top 5.
Man, that defense with Dan Quinn was amazing. What are you talking about? How many turnovers did they get? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That was 3 years ago though. Like, as constructed, these last 2 years we've been pretty bad defensively with a top 5 talent on our defensive edge. So it's like, how much is that really affecting the game? They still getting off on us. So it's like, that's where I'm at with it. It's like, yeah, the corners can't guard if there ain't no pass rush, but we've had a pass rush and they still wasn't guarding. So it's like,
well, I mean, they led the league in turnovers. Trayvon Diggs made first team All-Pro. Like, a lot of things happen because of that pass rush, and taking that away, okay. I don't know how great that's going to work as presently constructed with this defense. There's nobody that puts fear or that you have to game plan. You don't have to game plan around one single player on the Cowboys defense now. At least you had to make a game plan to set something installment for Micah Parsons. A lot of those games he looked regular, it's because they planned for him. There's not a soul on this defense now that you have to think about. What'd you say?
What's the main game plan we saw?
Who was that?
Besides accounting for Micah Parsons, it was the game plan was to account for Micah Parsons. We're running at him.
Yeah, now they're gonna run it. Now they're gonna run at everybody, and they ain't got to worry about pass blocking.
So.
Now the whole team gets run on now.
One thing I know is I know for a fact is Micah Parsons was not that great of a run defender, bro. And if I don't want to go nowhere where teams are looking at you like, hey, we're running at this dude. Now, was it to tire him out, or was it that he was a weak run defender? I would give up that top 5 rush win rate for a stouter run defense. If that's what we're getting out of this, and that's what I believe we're getting out of this, and Kenny Clark is a stouter run defense. So it's picking. It's tough, bro. It could go either way on this. Shout out to Rocky too. He's still in the chat. He said the Jets and Raiders got multiple first round picks before, and where are they now? I mean, name their quarterbacks.
They don't have no quarterback. I do agree with that. But I mean, the first round pick, you got to draft well. We've seen. Philly kind of got themselves right back in the Super Bowl conversation with some trades. Not saying they made a blockbuster trade like this, but they made some trades and got multiple first-round picks. Those picks turned into Jalen Carter. Those picks turned into Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean. So I get it. But if you don't draft right, this all blows up, and then you rebuild. which is a completely different thing. Now you're going into a rebuild as opposed to, man, we're right on the cusp of breaking over. Not that I'm saying I think it was going to happen. I don't think Dak is that guy to be able to lead a team in the positions they've put him in. I don't think he can get them over the hump like that. So I don't think it's going to happen anyway. But if you're optimistic about winning, I don't see how this could make you feel better by trading away a talent like Micah Parsons. Like I said, I think it was probably going to happen anyway. But for this upcoming season, now does this change your look on the upcoming season? Like, okay, we might not make the playoffs, or okay, we got Kenny Clark. Now we might make the playoffs. We might be second in our division. Does this change your outlook any? At least so far, the trade just happened.
No, not really. I still see this team winning. Probably me personally, Kyrell, the Cowboys fan, is probably I'm seeing 10 games, right? That's what I'm seeing. Regardless if Micah's there or not. I think 10 games. I think we weren't going to win because of our defense this year anyways, or because of Micah anyways. It was always going to be about Dak and George Pickens. That's all I'm seeing is red zone conversion rate, right? We got our red zone target now. That's the only thing that I saw giving us a boost in win totals. Micah was on the team last year, and the defense was not good.
Okay, but they played better towards the end of the season, and then once they didn't have Dak, the whole season's out the window. Once Dak is gone.
I get that, man. But I'm grading these individuals, man. Like I really am on defense. I'm grading them individually. That's how I was not. I ain't said a peep about DeMarcus Lawrence leaving. Why? Because he checked out. So like I get what it is, and I get what it's like. You need your X factors out there, but that's what I feel like it is, man. He was an X factor on the edge, but I would give up that X factor if that means maybe not this year, but we weren't going to win this year anyway. That's why I need people to understand. We was not beating the Eagles unless Dak have an MVP year, and y'all know how y'all feel about Dak. So unless y'all ready to admit he's going to have an MVP year, we wasn't going to beat the Eagles or be better than them this year. It just wasn't happening. We was going to be a wild card team. We still going to probably be a wild card team. We not winning now, just like Herschel, just like, what was the other one I'm thinking of? Was it A.J. Brown? No. Who did the Eagles give up? I don't know.
Who did they
but
give
just
up?
Like Herschel Walker.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, when they got all them picks. But just like Herschel Walker, man, that was a turning point for this franchise, and it got a lot of talent on the team. Now, not the guys that they traded for, but the picks they turned into, right?
Yeah.
So that got a lot of talent on the team. I think this can have the same effect. 4 first-round picks over the next 2 years is an insurmountable amount when you already have an offense. Like you have CD locked up. You have young first-round picks on your O-line. You have the ability to pay George Pickens down, right? And you got Diggs for another 2 years, I think. You got who else, man? Yeah, Bland's a good corner to me. I know how you feel. You got Sharon Ravel. Like I think you could take them first 4 round picks, finally draft you a safety, finally. And
okay, but what if the safety don't hit? What if the safety don't hit though? That's my thing.
Now,
it's like,
hey, if it don't,
it's tough if it doesn't hit. We're all gonna be able to look back at this and see, did it work? We don't know if it's gonna work. They could draft Tom Brady in the first round, or they could draft another Tycho Charlton in the first round. That'll determine whether this trade works or not. But I'm like you, for this year, I don't think it makes a huge difference as far as the win total. But going down the line, I think this affects the defense a lot, man. You're trading away your top guy, and then the culture in the locker room. How's the next?
Yeah.
What if Ezraku comes out and he turns into Micah Parsons? How's he supposed to feel about getting paid?
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. I will say that this year is dangerously close to a dumpster fire because that locker room loves Micah. That was a brotherhood. Sure. Like they all came in, they same age. Like that was a brotherhood. So you might have the team check out on you, Jared, and it would be deserved. But if you can keep it together for this year and then re-up on some defensive players next year, all you need is one stud D lineman and one maybe a safety or a linebacker, and this defense is okay. Defense will be okay. We don't have bad players. We really don't, especially not a linebacker. We went out and got starters from other teams. I like Kenneth Murray. I like Sanborn. And Leofold stepped up this preseason. So like, I think we'll be okay, but I need y'all to realize Micah Parsons is not Myles Garrett. Micah Parsons ain't even T.J. Watt to me, honestly, as a complete defensive.
You said
player.
ain't even like it's a debate if he's better than T.J. Watt. Of course, he's not better than T.J. Watt. Mike is not him, but
those are,
yeah, I get it though. Those are guys he's being compared to, so I get your point on that. We got to get into a quick break because we got a guest coming in with this cover. If you got time at about 6:30, we can call back in and keep chopping it up about this. But I got to get into a break. Folks, stay tuned with us.
Okay.
Stay locked in. When we come back, we've got more here on Centex Primetime. We've got a special guest in the building with us, one of the top players in the city, man. High school football starts tomorrow. I know you guys are pumped for that. So stay tuned and stay locked in with us. We'll be right back after this short commercial break.
Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
Yeah. Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I'm at their neck like a guillotine. Woo! Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a Reno. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams. Whoa. I'm going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI. Yeah, we be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD with a playwright. Yeah, I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I can wave on it. Yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI, yeah, we be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD with an A, yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah, I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah, we be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD with a playwright, yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah, I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
What's up, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis still here as we're entering into the second hour of the show today. We want to thank everybody for tuning in with us here today as we just got done wrapping up about the big news of the Micah Parsons trade headed out to Green Bay. We'll cover some more of that a little bit later. As I've told you guys, high school football is starting. It actually starts tonight. Midway will be playing against Westwood, but most of the games will start tomorrow. Friday Night Lights, we get the first one of the year. It's always special. And we have a very special guest in the house with us, the starting quarterback for the University Trojans, Mr. Savoy Nichols, in the building with us. Also, his pops in here, Les, with us as well. Fellas, what's going on? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Savoy, man, tell us about, I know you guys excited for the season starting tomorrow. You guys get Keller Central, man. What is all that preparation you guys put in from last season to the off season, the summertime until now, man? How excited are you guys actually ready to get out there and go play some football tomorrow?
We're very excited all week. The energy's been up. We've just been talking. When I got there, turning around, I wasn't playing, but last year, it's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's been fun, man, to be able to watch you guys and being able to build on each and every year what you guys are doing. Les, I want to ask you a question, man. You've seen this university program, and you've been obviously coaching and playing with your son over the years, man. What has that been like to see him finally get his shot last year and now coming in as one of the guys coming into this season?
Yes, I'm very excited about it. Going into last year, I was like, hey, we just maintain your pole, son, and don't get your head down after the freshman season. He was on varsity. But last year, he really showed leadership to me and took over the team and showed himself as a leader, So I know he can do that. That's what he done. I was proud of him.
Yeah, coming in as a sophomore like you were last year, some guys get the opportunity to step up. But when you're the quarterback, it's a little bit different feeling, a little bit different that's asked of you. You got to go out there and not only be a leader for your offense, but really for the entire team. Savoy, what was that like being able to step in, even as a young guy last year, to step into that role and kind of take control of that offense?
At first, it was a little challenge.
For sure.
A lot of pressure and everything, but over the season, over the time, my confidence built up, and we're at where we at now. We're good.
Yeah, and last year you had some games, some really good games. Keller Central being one of them. When you finally start to get that rhythm, and you start to connect with your guys, and you feel like, man, I know what he's about to do before he even does it out there, and it starts to slow down for you. What is that feeling like, and how as your confidence started to grow a little bit last year?
Just good, just make you feel better, play better, just everything's just better.
Yeah, and you guys have a lot of stars on your team. Obviously, your teammate, London Smith, and we had your other teammate on here, Devontae Kirkland, on here. First off, a lot of you guys played at Southern, man. I don't know how y'all got that pipeline going straight from Southern, the Southern Panthers, all the way up to University.
Coach Cleo.
Coach Cleo. Yeah, we had Cleo on it too, man. Coach Cleo definitely doing his thing. But being able to play with some guys that you've known for a long time, does that make it a little bit easier out there for you, knowing these guys, and you're like, man, it's like a brotherhood more than it is just having a teammate out here?
Yes, sir, it does. It's just more fun also, too.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun getting a chance to go out there and make some plays with your team. Tell me about a little bit the transition from Coach Foster or really from Coach Johnson over to Coach Foster. I know Coach Foster was already on the staff, but now a different head coach stepping into the seat, even though he was with you guys already last year. What has that transition been like from having Coach Johnson the last year into now coming into Coach Foster?
I think it's been around the same thing because the way, like, he I don't know the word. He set it up for Coach Foster, though. It was just Coach Foster just had to step in.
Yeah, and when we had him on here, he pretty much said the same thing. They're keeping a lot of the same things in place for you guys. some of the same staff out there as well, so that always makes it a little bit easier. Playing for University, Savoy, I always say they got, I think probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, fan support base in the city. Waco High, it was split up in from 3 schools and combined into one. So a lot of the alumni might have went to Richfield or they might have went to A.J. Moore. University is being University, so you guys have probably the biggest fan base in the city. Do you guys feel that support from the fans and from the city when you guys out there playing?
Yes, sir, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, what's that like being able to see all the support you guys come out from, not just from South Waco, but from everybody, man? Y'all got everybody in Waco ready to watch you guys this upcoming season.
Feels like when you're a little kid, you just look up and see all the people in the stands. That's what it feels like.
That's definitely been cool. Les, I got another question for you, man. What has it been like on this recruiting trail with your son? Obviously, like I said, I've seen you guys. You've been closely involved with him from a young kid up until now. Now, as you guys the coaches are starting to call, the players are starting to say, hey, man, we should go here and do this. What has that process been like for you as a parent?
It's been pretty good. Get stressful at time. I mean, I learned you have to block other folks out. You have to really, ask God for the direction, because they tell you anything. But as long as you praying and I sit back and I tell my son lots of times, I said, be prepared at any day. They would say anything, but when it all comes down to signing day, making a commitment, we're going to sit down, we'll pray about it, make sure the school that we choose is really for him, a good fit. Because you just to say, hey, I'm going to Texas and it's not fitting you, that's not good. So I'm pretty, happy about that. I think Coach Brian from Midwestern State University, that he gave the first offer, and it's coming in. Just be patient. That's what I tell him all the time. Also me.
Yeah, no, I mean, he played as a sophomore last year, so he's got 2 more years of this recruiting to be able to go on. So definitely expecting more and more offers. Is it difficult, as a guy that's coached football too, to sit into the stands and kind of just be patient and let everything play out? You got to hear everybody's opinions about everything along with all of that as well. What is that like, being able to sit back and kind of try to enjoy watching your son, but also at the same time having your critiques, what you think, and then also listening to everybody in the crowd as well?
To be honest, it really is funny at times.
Yeah.
Because you can be sitting there and you have some say, oh, he's like a Lamar Jackson. And then you have some say, oh, he should have threw the ball to this person wide open. But they're not really looking at, you got a 6'4", 280-pound guy right in your face. You can't see him. and it's amazing me because I learned as a parent and a coach, you have to experience the criticism.
Yeah.
And that's what I always I told my son, I said, you have to close your ear to certain things, son. Even with me, you hear the good and you hear the bad, but that's part of the game. So as long as you build yourself. And understand everybody is not for you. Everybody's not going to say positive things. Learn how to accept the negative and keep going and do what you got to do as a leader. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. No, most definitely. I mean, it's tough, man. I know sitting out there and having to listen to people say, like you said, somebody might say he's the best thing in the world, somebody might say he's the worst thing in the world. But keeping level-headed and keep it calm, man, I always respect that about you guys, man. It seems like you do a great job of doing that. Savoy, what are some of the things that you take last year was your first year starting? Some of those things that you take, like, okay, I can keep this, I throw away this part right here. What are some of those things you worked on in the off season, in the summer, leading up to this season that you say, okay, this year I want to be better at this particular thing?
I think keeping my leadership is one thing, and another one, what to drop? That's a good question right there. I can just say the goofiness, I guess you could say. I mean, I wasn't like that a lot of times, actually. Just little mistakes.
Yeah, for sure.
Childish mistakes, that's all that is.
No, that's good, man. Always knowing what you need to build on. Some people, you ask them a question like that, and they might think, oh, I don't have anything I need to build on. I'm just going to keep playing my game. But knowing those things that, okay, I want to work on this. I want to build on this. Who are some of the guys that you watch whenever you're like, okay, I want to watch some tape and learn some things, take away from some guys? That could be on the NFL level, the college level. Who are some of those guys you look at the quarterback position and say, okay, I need to take some things away from his game?
Lamar.
Yeah. Hey,
For sure.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yes, sir, Lamar.
Yeah, Lamar definitely. One of probably my favorite player in the league too. So you can't go wrong with that out there. Looking at the offense this upcoming year, man, is there? We know about some of the guys in the offense. Anybody that we need to be looking out for this year that you're like, man, I think this guy can have a good year, or this guy can have a good year, or is it everybody on the whole offense?
I was just gonna say, I think it's everybody.
Yeah,
I think everybody got a chance to just really blow up this year.
Yeah, I think so too, man. I think University is right on the cusp of being able to do something really great. You guys play tomorrow, man. Starting the season out on the road. First off, what is it like when you have to start out on the road? You know, first game, everybody's excited. You always like, man, I kind of wish we was at home a little bit. What is the preparation going in saying, okay, we have to be locked in on the road, going away somewhere tomorrow as you guys get a chance to play Keller Central?
Yes, sir. Like you just said, we got to be locked in on the road. This is my first time playing on the road for first game, so it's a little new for me also, but we just got to adjust. We know what we're going down there for, so.
No, definitely. You guys started off tomorrow, man. Everybody is waiting to see you guys coming up. Before we get off here, man, what can we expect out of not only yourself this upcoming season, but University Trojans as a whole? What can we expect out of you and the rest of these guys this upcoming season?
I think y'all should expect a lot. One thing that we really need is the district championship, though. That's one thing we really need. We really want that.
Yeah, we had Coach Foster on here, man. He said the same thing. He said we're looking at getting that district championship, locking that in, making sure we have that first, and the playoff success will be able to come after that. It's a lot of football games coming on this weekend, man. After this game, guys get done on Friday. What's some of the games that you're looking forward to? I asked both of you guys, looking forward to watching this upcoming weekend. You know, Texas Ohio State is this weekend.
Oh, yes, sir.
It's a lot of good games. Miami Notre Dame is on this weekend. Baylor will be playing Auburn, the same guys, same time as you guys tomorrow. Any games you're looking forward to coming up for college football this weekend?
I know I'm looking at that Texas and Ohio State.
Yeah, man. Everybody's locked in for that one. Like I said in the break, I'm just mad they made it 11 o'clock. I got to get up and actually get ready to be able to watch the game now instead of waiting for the late game. Les, what about you, man? Any games that you looking forward to watching this weekend, college, or any other high school games that you be looking or wanting to tune into later on?
Well, Texas and Ohio. I'm favoring Texas.
Yeah.
I'm curious about in high school, Waco High, and I believe that is Granbury.
Yeah, Granbury. Who they're playing
that's
first
going to
game.
come out.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for the best for the High because it's Waco.
For sure.
And looking forward to that game right there. Just see the outcome of that. You know.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one as well, man. And a lot of great games coming on this weekend, not only in college football, but the Central Texas area in general, man. A lot of guys representing well in this area. A lot of teams already ranked. I'll be looking for University to be moving up in those rankings as we go throughout the weeks, especially after they pick up a win this weekend against Keller Central. Fellas, I appreciate y'all coming on here with us, man, and talking, taking some time out your schedule before tomorrow, man. I wish you guys all the luck, and the city is definitely behind you guys as you're traveling out to Keller Central tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. That is Savoy Nichols, quarterback for the University High School Trojans. They play tomorrow at 7 o'clock against Keller Central. They started out on the road. We'll obviously be breaking down more of that as we get further and further throughout tomorrow's show for Friday Night Flex. So make sure you guys are tuning in for that. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we got some more to talk about, some more topics to touch on before we get out of here. Appreciate Savoy and Les for stopping by with us. We'll take a quick break. Stay tuned and stay locked in. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I'm a dick nut like a guillotine. Woo. Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a Reno. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams. Whoa. I'm going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI. Yeah, we be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD wouldn't play right. Yeah, I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I can wave on it. Yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI, yeah, we be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD with an A, yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah, I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah, we be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD wouldn't play right, yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah, I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
Yeah. Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I'm at their neck like a guillotine. Ooh, Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a Reno. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams. Whoa, I'm going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI. Yeah, we be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD wouldn't play right. Yeah, I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I can wait on it. Yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI, yeah, we be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD with an A, yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah, I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah, we be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD wouldn't play right, yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah, I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
Yeah. Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I'ma dig nut like a guillotine. Ooh, Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a Reno. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams. Whoa, I'm going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI. Yeah, we be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD wouldn't play right. Yeah, I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I can wait on it. Yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI, yeah, we be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD with an A. Yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI, yeah, we be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD wouldn't play right. Yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI, yeah.
Hello and welcome back into Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis still here as we get ready for the final home stretch of the show today. Want to thank everybody for tuning in with us from all over, watching with us over here on YouTube. Thanks to everybody that has tuned in. Obviously, we had the breaking news with Micah Parsons earlier being traded to the Green Bay Packers. Crazy story. Definitely did not see that one coming. Even if I thought he was going to get traded, I didn't think he would be getting traded to a team like the Packers. We'll talk about that some more in a second. And then just leaving off, we just had starting quarterback for University High School here in Waco, Texas. Savoy Nichols came on here, said the team is ready, said he is ready for tomorrow's game against Keller Central. I know I am super excited about that game, and I'm excited not only about that game, but about other games going on in the Central Texas area, as we've got a lot of great games getting ready to happen this weekend. I think this is the most games that will be played on a Friday night in Texas. Every other week after this, at least somebody will be on a bye. But every single team in Texas will be playing this weekend to start it off. So that is always a great thing when you can get everybody in the city playing. That means all the fans from each team will be out ready to celebrate their team. Some of the other games going on, notable games at least, happening around the city. We just talked about University and Keller Central. Lorena will be taking on Regents as they'll be starting at home. Lorena, a team that is always very competitive every single year in and year out, especially under this current regime. The team is always really competitive, so I'm excited to be able to watch Lorena and see how they'll start their season off. Robinson High School. This is a team I'm on the borderline of calling them a sleeper team. Robinson is going to be a really good team this year. They're bringing back Bryce McCurdy as a quarterback who played great. Evan Marino as a running back. They're going to have a good offense. Like I said before on the show, they were the first team out of that District 12 in 4A to get ranked. Robinson has got a really good team. I think they'll be pretty good against West this weekend. Franklin will be playing against China Spring. That is going to be a huge game, probably one of the biggest games in the Central Texas area to start this one off. China Spring getting on the road to head out there to Franklin to play against a team that's ranked number 2 in the state in 3A Division 1. Yes, they're in a smaller division than China Spring. China Spring is 4A Division 2, but last year Franklin got the best of the China Spring team, even though we know China Spring had a rough year last year. I expect China Spring to bounce back this year, and this week 1 is going to tell me a lot about how we can look at the rest of the season for China Spring. Franklin, we know what to expect out of Franklin. They have championship aspirations. They're looking to get back to the state championship game in 3A Division 1. They want to be playing in Jerry's World again. China Spring, a team that's used to playing in Jerry World in December, used to playing December football. Last year, weren't able to have any success, but that was last year. This year is a new year. I know they're going to be looking for a better result, and I don't expect China Spring to stay down for long ever. They're a powerhouse program in not only Central Texas, but in high school football in Texas. So I expect China Spring to be coming back. We'll see how that game goes tomorrow. That, like I said, that'll tell us a lot about how this upcoming season is going to go. Marlin playing against Lexington. The Marlin Bulldogs are ranked to start the season. It's not something we see a lot. I don't want to say it like Marlin's a bad program. I'm just saying we haven't seen them start the season ranked. We've seen them finish the season ranked plenty of times. Haven't seen them start the season ranked a lot. They're starting the season ranked in 2A Division I. I expect this Marlin team to be pretty good. They're playing Lexington at home. I expect Marlin to be able to come out with the victory in this game. Waco High playing against Granbury. As we just had Savoy and his dad Les on here. They talked about Waco High a little bit and said they're rooting for Waco High, but they're looking to see how does this game go against Granbury. I'm doing the same. I expect Waco High to come out with the victory in this game. Granbury hasn't put a very good product on the field in the last few years. I expect Waco High to not only win this game, but I'm expecting Waco High to get some more wins this year. I think for the first time in a while, we could see Waco High starting out the season 2-0. Now, that might not be a lot to a lot of people, but when you're rebuilding a program, I mean, we just had Savoy on here from University. I remember when University had some dark times in their football program, and now look where they're at now. You've got to build on it. It's got to be building blocks. It's not going to go all the way back. You're not going to go 1-9 one season and then go 10-0 the next season. It's not going to happen like that. It's going to be a slow build, and that's what Waco High has been doing. They've been putting the pieces in place over the last few years. Now with the new head coach out there and Coach Martinez, we'll see how does this Waco High program thrive. They got some new kids in there. They've got a guy that transferred over from University to come over to Waco High to play quarterback. How does he fare in the new system? How does his team fare with the new head coach? I expect for Waco High to pick up a victory this weekend playing against Granbury. Mart is starting off the season playing against Whitney High School. Whitney is a team that's a little bit higher classification than Mart is, but Mart is a perennial powerhouse. They're coming off of, to their standard, what would be a down year, to their standard. Not to most people. To most people, that's a good year. But to their standard, they're coming off of a down year. And Mart is going to be looking to get back in the win column, get back ranked. Hasn't been a lot of times where we start the preseason polls and we don't see the Mart Panthers being a ranked team. This year, they're not ranked to start the season off. Obviously, we know the starting rankings really don't mean anything because you got to go out there and play ball. Mart playing against Whitney, I think that's going to be a really good game. One of my top games to watch out for this upcoming weekend for sure. Midway playing Round Rock Westwood. We'll talk about them in just a second. La Vega playing Kennedale to start the season off. La Vega has the exact same pre-district schedule that they had last year with Kennedale, Salina, West Orange Stark, Brownwood, and Stephenville. Last year, they started off, I believe, 2-3 to start their season. Coming back into this year, the second year for Courtney Parr to be the starting quarterback. Last year, he came in about midway through the season. Now, starting the season off as the number one guy. I expect not only this La Vega offense to be great, I think Courtney Parr is going to have a great year. Expect to hear this name every single Friday. Or expect to hear the phrase Parr to Thornton every single Friday. It's something you should be looking forward to. Jabari Thornton is a stud receiver. He's an Oklahoma State commit. He's a do-it-all guy. He's a deep threat. He has the intermediate game, good hands. He can do it all. Courtney Parr, good vision, good decision-making. Good decision-making with the football. That is so important as a quarterback to be able to make better decisions. Courtney Parr is a guy that made great decisions last year as a sophomore. So coming into this year, starting the season off, I expect the same thing. I expect even better. Playing in another year of this offense, they lost a huge, huge piece in Bryson Rowland. You can't replace that type of production. But I do expect their running back room to be good because La Vega's running back room is always good. If they don't have anything else, they're going to be able to run the ball, and they're going to have a stout defense. Now you add in, and this year they're going to be able to run the ball, and they're going to have a stout defense. But you add in a Jabari Thornton, you add in a Courtney Parr to that same mix, I think La Vega is on the road back to a state championship. I wouldn't expect anything less out of them. Looking at the team last year, looking at the guys they brought back from last year, knowing the track record of Coach Hyde, knowing the track record of this La Vega program. I think La Vega is going to be right back in the mix, man, to be able to have a big year. And then the Conley Cadets playing Little River Academy to start the season off. They won this game last year. I'm expecting the same out of the Cadets to come out with the win this year. They've got a top-rated player by most metrics in Waco and Jamarian Vincent. I'm expecting him to have another big year. He's doing it all. You'll see him at quarterback. You'll see him at receiver. You'll see him at safety, at corner. He's a guy that does a little bit of everything. Kick returner. Wherever you need to put him, he's a do-it-all type of guy. C.J. Evans, another really good player on that cadet team that I think is going to have a breakout year for the cadets as well. Now for the game that's getting ready to come on in about 20 minutes, that is the Midway Panthers taking on Round Rock Westwood coming up in about 20 minutes here. Midway, my alma mater, man. I expect Midway to come back to what we're used to seeing out of Midway in this football program. They had some down years in their football program, but getting back to what we're used to seeing with them under the leadership of Coach Joe Gillespie, who is going into his second year and I think is doing a phenomenal job over there with that Midway program. They lost some guys, but they're bringing back a lot of production. The offense is going to start and stop with Latham Wysenton. Seeing what he can do on the field, going for 1,200 yards last year as a sophomore. Now coming into his junior year, the kid's got offers from everywhere. He's got offers from Baylor, got on him early, Texas, USC, wherever you could think of. This guy's got offers from all the Power 4 schools, SEC, Big 12, Big 10, wherever you could think of. He's got offers from him going into his junior year. This offense is going to start and stop with him. I expect the receiving room to be good for this Midway Panthers team. I expect for them to be able to make big plays down the field. And can this defense hold up? Tonight, I definitely have Midway. I think they take care of business tonight at UMHB, playing against Round Rock Westwood. And to get back to, like I said, get back to that athletic excellence. There's an expectation on Midway this year because their baseball team and their softball team just went out there and did the big one. They did it all. They went all the way through. They won state, softball and baseball. First time I can remember that happening for a team to win in softball and baseball. I know it's probably happened before. You sports historians here in high school, Texas high school sports, can let me know on that one. It's the first time I can remember it happening where a team wins in softball and baseball. That's setting the bar up here for all the rest of the programs in Midway. And that's how it should be. Like I said, I'm a Midway alum. I'm used to the football team going 3-4 rounds deep. I'm used to baseball having a good team, softball, the volleyball program being amazing as well. So I'm super excited, man, about this upcoming season. I'm super excited about this Midway team as well, as they'll start their season in about 20 minutes playing against Round Rock Westwood, and I'll be tuning in to watch my nephew, Jacoby Hamilton, out there starting at receiver number 1. I'll be tuning in to see what is he going to do this upcoming weekend. I want to talk a little bit about Baylor and the weekend coming up. Not only is it a huge weekend for high school sports here in Central Texas, but it is a huge weekend for the Baylor Bears as well, as they're starting off their season right here at McLean Stadium in Waco, Texas, taking on an SEC opponent in the Auburn Tigers. We've talked about this game for 2 weeks now, getting ready for it, and it's finally here tomorrow at 7 o'clock at McLean Stadium, the blackout game. The game has been sold out for weeks. Even the press box is full. We got notifications that even the press will be full, even though I'll be up here doing Friday Night Flex as well. But that means expectations are high. Auburn is the favorite coming into this game. Auburn's favorite. They're in a 2.5-point favorite in this game over Baylor. I've already given out my prediction on the show this week, but I'll say it again. I'm taking Baylor in the points. I'm taking Baylor in the money line, however you want to slice it. I think Baylor's winning this game. I think we're giving too much credit to the lore of the SEC. Now, let me say, Auburn is a good team. I'm not saying that like Auburn's bad or that even Baylor's going to smash them. I think Baylor will win, but Auburn's a good team. This game is going to come down to a few key factors. Number one, can the Bears run the football? Baylor has got to run the football. Their offense starts and stops with them running the football. I know Sawyer Robinson's a great quarterback. I called him probably the best quarterback in the Big 12. But you got to have that running game in order to ignite this offense. When we watched David Randa in his first year here at Baylor and when they won the Big 12 championship game, running the ball was a huge part. It was the offense. I can't say a huge part of it. That was the offense. Now, we've seen the offense kind of evolve somewhat. We've seen the offense kind of evolve over the last few years. But this is still mainly about running the football when it comes to Baylor, and that's what's going to make them successful. They've got to be able to run the football. Second, Baylor's got to be able to stop the pass rush of the Auburn Tigers. Auburn's got a good pass rush. They've got two guys that could be studs on their team this upcoming season. Baylor's got to be able to block those guys and create a good pocket for Sawyer Robinson, or none of this is going to work. If they can't run the ball, if they can't protect Sawyer Robinson, it's not going to work. And then the last point for Baylor to win, or the last key point that Baylor will need to win, how will this DB room stand up against what could be the best wide receiver duo in college football? Yes, I'm talking about the Auburn Tigers, not Ohio State, not Miami, not even Texas. I think, now this is just my opinion, and I'm not necessarily ready to get in the best wide receiver room or duo. I still think that belongs to Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate at Ohio State. But Eric Singleton is no slouch. Watch the film from Georgia Tech. We've seen what he can do. And if you haven't watched any film on Cam Coleman, please go and do your homework before tomorrow so you don't be shocked at what this guy can do on the field. Cam Coleman is in the same class, was in the same class, and a lot of people thought he was better than Jeremiah Smith and Ryan Williams. We saw what they did as outstanding freshmen, but they were on great teams with great quarterbacks. Cam Coleman wasn't. Cam Coleman had terrible quarterback play. Cam Coleman was playing with second and third string quarterbacks at times last year. Cam Coleman is a monster at receiver, and Baylor does not have anybody on their team that can play him one-on-one. Is that a problem? It can be if you're playing him one-on-one. So what's the deal? Let's not play him one-on-one. Let's find a way to bracket this guy. Let's find a way for the pass rush, for Baylor's pass rush to win and hurry Jackson Arnold, because we know he doesn't do well under pressure. The statistics prove it. Can he have a better year than he had last year at Oklahoma? I think so. I think actually Auburn is going to be a good team. I just think that they're going to start the season off with an L. We got somebody calling in with us, another Cowboy fan here that we got to get in because I got to get some more opinion on this Micah Parsons trade before we get out of here. We got PJ calling in with us. PJ, I know you're upset about this trade, man. Tell us, what do you think about what we've seen out of this Micah Parsons trade so far?
Man, I'm at work right now, man. I had to come. It's been hitting me, bro. I'm my heart just hurt.
Back to back, y'all got the Luka trade and then the Micah trade, man. It's back to back up there in Dallas.
In Dallas, but you know I'm a Rockets fan, so
yeah, you don't the Luka one don't matter.
But this, man, I'm sick right now. I ain't gonna lie. I don't understand it. I don't get it. This is really just, to me, Jerry Jones trying to flex his power. This is such a middle finger to the fan base. To the fan base and pretty much everybody in the organization, to be honest. It's the same thing because I feel like he let his pride play, and there was no need for that. You know what I mean? If we would have just paid him last year like we had about, we wouldn't be in this situation right now where he just traded. But I feel like personally he didn't want to pay him in the first place. So I don't know. And there's no Clark, man. Kenny Clark is a really good player.
Yeah, he is.
He's I think that he's in the latter part of his career. I don't think that I would be just. I wouldn't trade my just player for him.
You say you're not.
But unfortunately, man, this is where we at as Dallas Cowboy fans. They really don't care about us. If you haven't really realized it yet, then you should. You really don't care about us. There's only one other in his first 4 seasons to record 12+ sacks, and that is Reggie White. And we just traded.
I was just explaining that exact same stat to Kyrell a second ago when he called in and was saying, we can replace him. I'm like, man, you don't replace 52 sacks in 4 years.
That.
You can't draft somebody like that.
Yeah, you don't even. I know a lot of good players. There's a lot of good edge rushers that are going to be coming out next year and in the next 2 years. That's in college football. Like Colin Simmons, Dylan Stewart. There's a few guys that's going to be coming out. We even got at Clemson right now that's going to be coming out this next year. Really good edge rushers, but you can't just bank on guys being talents because they don't come around a lot. Yes, they probably can be good players, but there's a difference in very good players and generation. Generation, they're supposed to be on your team till they retire. So the fact that we just traded, then we traded him to the knocked us out the playoffs the last time we made it. I have to see this year.
That's the part that made it so puzzling to me. Even if I thought the trade was going to happen this week, which I didn't, I thought the trade was going to happen maybe next offseason or a couple years from now. The Packers and the 49ers, well, the 49ers are an all-time rival. Outside of the 49ers, the Packers have broke the hearts of the Dallas Cowboys organization more times than any team.
Since the 60s. We was playing in literally when it was since the 60s, when we were playing in the championship game against them guys.
There were rumors that the Patriots were trying to reach out and make a trade. How do they not make a trade with somebody in the opposite division? You make a trade with a guy that you got to play them. Not only do you got to play them, you play them in 3 weeks.
Man, bro, I'm not. It's his pride, man. It's Jerry Jones' pride. All we had to do was pay this well before all the other edge rushers in the league got paid. And then my thing is this: you clear money, pay him. He's worth everything. I know some people will be like, "Well, I wouldn't," but at the same time, he's generational. So I don't care about the podcast that he has. I'll get on him about the podcast, or you can sit here and try to argue and be like, "Oh, well, he don't show up in the playoffs." Other guys that don't show up in the playoffs, but that guy shows up majority, if not the entire season. This guy done played hurt.
Yeah, especially last year.
If we're gonna, I'm just baffled. I'm shocked. I'm heartbroken. I almost burnt my jersey. I'm not gonna lie. I almost went outside. I'm fine. Because my heart is hurting right now. You know, I care about right now, man, is college football, man. My Texas Longhorns playing Ohio State at 11 a.m. Some former Texas players up here in Dallas watching the game on Saturday. That's what I care about right now, man. College football. The Saints and the Cowboys, man, they got my blood pressure. They got my blood pressure high. Saints right now, we're just awful.
I don't understand. Back to the Packers point, because I'm about to ask you about college football in a second before we get off here. To the Packers point, if you play these guys in 4 weeks, was there no other team that you could have made a trade to? Y'all literally play him on Sunday Night Football at Cowboy Stadium. His first time back to Cowboy Stadium is going to be in a Packers jersey, hitting Dak Prescott. Does that not sound crazy? I don't. This is a bigger movie plot. I don't know if Jerry Jones is like somebody gave him if there's a deal going on behind, because this sounds like a movie. You not only trade the guy, you trade him to one of your rivals, probably one of your biggest outside rivals outside of your division, and you play them in 4 weeks. They play on September 28th on Sunday Night Football on NBC. This sounds like a movie. This don't even sound like something that happens for real. This is something that's on a movie, and he comes back and avenges himself. I don't get it, man. Do you think this changes the win total for this year before we get on to college football?
Oh yeah, most definitely, because our defense is going to take a hit with our defense. It's going to take a major hit with our defense, because our defense is built on the front seven being able to get pressure. Which is allowed for our defense, who has been turnovers for the last few seasons. It allows for them guys in the backfield, the DBs, to be able to get interceptions, or even if it's just anything, just pass breakups. It allows for them to do that because our front seven has been applying so much pressure. We've been led by Micah Parsons. So the fact that we don't have that no more, our problem has been we have been terrible at stopping. Teams have beat us like the 49ers and the Packers in the run because we didn't have guys. That's why I say Kenny Clark is a good pickup, but at the same time, we pick. Yeah, we might have a decent run defense, maybe. That's a maybe. But now our pass defense is going to take a hit.
Yeah,
it's going to take a major hit because we're not guys coming off the edge. We're not going to have Micah coming off the edge.
And that was my point. I understand the run defense could get a little bit better, but those DBs can't cover like that. With the no pass rush. They're already shaky DBs. I understand the opportunistic. They get picks, all of that, yada, yada, yada. But it's not going to be no 10-pick season for Bland or for Trayvon Diggs if you can't rush the passer, because then you're going to give guys all day, and they're going to have to actually guard for real. So I'm like you. I think the defense is going to take a major hit with Parsons. I said it's not going to affect the win total that much when I was on there earlier. But I think going for the next couple of years is going to really affect them because if you can't rush the passer, it's a problem. You can get 2 first-round picks. You got 4 first-round picks over the next 2 years. That's fine and dandy. We don't even know what to expect out of Kenny Clark. Yes, he was a Pro Bowler. He was an All-Pro before. That was years ago. Last year he had his worst season as a pro, and you traded for him. And essentially, you're going to replace him for Micah Parsons is what the trade is because the first-round picks won't even kick in until later. For this next 17, 18 weeks, the trade is Kenny Clark for Micah Parsons. So in that sense, it can't be better. I got to switch over to college football before we get off here, man. You just teed it up a second ago. Well, before we do that, I was just talking about the Baylor game, man. Last comments on Baylor playing against Auburn for tomorrow in McLean Stadium.
I would say, when it comes to Baylor, man, playing against Auburn, they just really got to start out fast. I think I kind of said that a few weeks ago, start out really fast. I think the offense is going to be very good going against this Auburn defense. I'm just not necessarily worried about the Baylor defense going against Auburn. It's not that I'm worried. I guess you can say I am worried just because it's not because they're not good, but this Auburn offense, how they're going to be, how I've been predicting them to be, I think they're going to be very good this year. With Cam Coleman, Eric Singleton coming from Georgia Tech. They possibly have like a top 5 wide receiver core in college football.
Sure.
That's not even an exaggeration. If the quarterback play is going to be better this year for them. So I think that offense is going to be very explosive. So I'm just hoping that our defense is going to be able to cover them guys, do whatever they need to really do.
I'm the same. I think that's going to be one of their biggest points of emphasis. They got to find a way to stop Cam Coleman and Eric Singleton. That's the biggest deal. Yeah. Baylor's weakest part of their team, or most questionable part of their team, is the DB room. The strongest part of Auburn is their wide receiver. So that's going to be the clash in the matchup. The first game on Saturday, man, like I said before, and I'll say it again, no idea how this is not the night game, but 11 o'clock, Texas Longhorns at the Shoe, man. Give us the final details. What's going to happen in this game?
We're going to be looking very good going into the Shoe. I've been hearing a lot of guys, I've seen Aaron Rodgers' brother, Jordan Rodgers, said something about Arch Manning not really being sold on Arch. And my thing, like I've been telling people, I'm not telling people to hype him up. He doesn't even tell people to hype him up. He actually doesn't like for people to hype him up because he feels like that he hasn't really deserved their right to be that hyped up. He's a very humble kid. But we haven't seen anything from their quarterback as well. We really know. We have seen something, but you've seen something from our quarterback. You haven't seen anything from their quarterback besides whenever he was playing OT7 and, high school.
That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago. So y'all haven't seen anything from him. Arch Manning, you have seen him play in games. He's looked very good in a few games that he's played. Besides that, man, I really feel like they've been talking a lot about their wide receiver core, which their wide receiver core has earned their right to be talked about with Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate, Brandon Ennis. They're awesome receivers. But our receivers are just as good. And I'm not going to say better, but they're just as good. And I feel like that they're going to show that on Saturday. Parker Livingston, kid out of Lovejoy, he's been killing. He's been killing at camp. He's going to be playing a lot. And he is a matchup nightmare. The kid is like 6'5", I think 6'5", 195.
Yeah. He's a nightmare.
Big kid. He's gonna be very good. We got CJ Baxter now. I'm predicting that CJ might get. I feel like, of course, our boy, Trey gonna get most of the carries. He probably gonna have about 17 carries. Mm-hmm. But I think they'll possibly have maybe 12. And with that 1-2 punch, going into the season this year, it's gonna be really good. That's what we were supposed to have last year. So the fact that we're having it, I'm excited. I think the offense is going to be great. But the thing I'm looking forward to seeing the most is our defense going against this Ohio State offense. I really think that they're going to be applying a lot of pressure. We're going to see a lot of stunts. Pete Wachowski, he's going to be throwing a lot of stuff towards his young quarterback for Ohio State. So I'm really looking to see how he's going to react to that. And then as far as just the whole team, man, the team looks prepared, man. I've been hearing nothing but good things coming out of camp. The O-line is going to be looking very good. Trevor Gooseby, all them guys, they're going to be prepared. Of course, Steve Sarkisian, man, I'm sure we're gonna see some type of crazy play that he's gonna draw up.
Yeah.
This Saturday. He might run it in the first quarter, really the first drive. You might see something crazy. So this is gonna be a great game, man. I'm just excited for it, and I think that we're really gonna look very good. And win or lose, man, I think it's gonna be a close game for either team.
Yeah, that's the best part about the game, honestly, is win or lose. The loser of this game, you almost get a get out of jail free card. No one's gonna count this L. This is number 1 against number 3. No, when it gets down to the nitty gritty in college football playoffs, no one's gonna count this L. And on the other side of that, whoever wins this game, it's almost like you win 2 games in one. You might be able to lose 2 or 3. If you win, whoever wins this game might be able to lose 2 games and still get into the college football playoffs because you won this game. So it's special. It's special for both sides, man. I can't wait. Like I said, I'm just mad it's at 11 o'clock. Last one before we get off here. Another team I know you follow a lot. The Battle of Death Valley, man. LSU versus Clemson. Number 9 versus number 4 at the the Clemson Death Valley. I ain't gonna say at the real Death Valley. I'm from the. I ain't gonna say from the South because South Carolina's in the South. I'm from this part of the South, and Death Valley is in Baton Rouge at LSU. Right when you get on the little bridge in Baton Rouge, you're gonna see the stadium. You know that's how you know you're in Baton Rouge. I think that's where the word Death Valley is. What do you think about this game? Who comes out with the win in this one? LSU versus Clemson.
This one is tough. This another game that's gonna be very tough to really pick. Of course, I'm gonna pick LSU because that's my other team, but we just kind of got some bad news. AJ, I think Hokie, that's how you say his name, AJ Hokie from the Houston safety that just transferred to LSU.
AJ Halsey. Yeah.
Hosie, he's going to be suspended for
he's suspended?
First half of the game. He's suspended, which is awful.
Okay. Yeah, that's bad.
Awful.
He's going to be one of the top players.
Clemson has the best wide receiver core in college football, and all their receivers are just sophomores. So it's going to be a little rough for us. I'm sure we're going to respond really good to it, though, but that's rough going into the game. But I'm hoping that LSU, man, we gotta get it right, man. 5 years in a row we've lost the first game of the season.
Opener, that's crazy.
Yeah, we gotta do something about that. But both teams are looking really good going into the season. The biggest thing is this rejuvenated defense for LSU. I feel like this LSU defense they've gotten some energy now going into this year. They're going to be really good. I think having Harold Perkins with Weeks at both at linebacker.
Yep.
This DB room is looking really, really good. They got a few guys from the transfer portal, like I just said. With
they got all the top DBs out the portal.
They got all the top DBs out the portal. And then they also got a freshman,
DJ Pickett.
Wasn't CJ Donaldson?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, like 6'4", the boy big. He's moving. He can cover. So we got some guys over there. But like I said, man, with this Clemson team, bro, their offense is possibly going to be one of the best offenses, if not the highest scoring offense in college football with Cade Klubnik, Brian Wesco, a few other guys that they got at receiver. My biggest thing with them is if they're going to be able to run the ball. I'm not sure how they're going to be doing, running the ball this year. But as far as the passing game, they're going to be electric. The defense got some studs on their side of the ball for them, too. They got a really good DB room over there for themselves, and they got some pass rushers coming off their edge that is going to be a problem. So, like I said, I got LSU, but this game is going to be very close. It's going to come down to both teams pretty much are kind of the same. Both teams got the same expectations going into the year. I feel like Clemson got a higher expectation just because they did make the college football playoff last year. But, with that being said, though, like I said, both teams kind of really got similar expectations going into this year. These are two teams that we're expecting to be into the college football playoff. Mm-hmm. We're expecting Clemson to possibly win their conference, honestly.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, definitely expecting that.
Yeah, we're expecting them to do that. And some people are picking LSU to win the SEC. They got that much hype going into this year. But I got LSU, like I say, man, I got to be a homer. That's my other team, so I'm going to go with LSU, but I would not be surprised if Clemson come out with this win, and definitely just because, like I said, our starting safety, AJ Halsey, is going to be missing the first half, which is that's kind of tough.
That can end up being big for him, but A lot of people are picking them. I said the other day I got them to be my dark horse. I'm picking them as my dark horse in the SEC to be able to win the SEC. I think they made that many improvements on the defense, man. So I'm super excited to watch that game. We run out of time here today, folks, on Centex Primetime. Remember, Friday Night Flex is tomorrow, folks. All the coverage you want to see and be able to watch of each team here in the Central Texas area, in the greater Waco area. I'll say that. All their coverage, you'll be able to watch it right here on Friday Night Flex starting tomorrow at 6 o'clock. So make sure you guys are tuning in and getting ready for that. Myself, Rocky Miller, Wayne Walker will be up here. We'll talk about all these games. We'll give you guys pre- and post-game analysis. So make sure you guys tune in for that. Midway playing right now against Westwood. The game just kicked off a couple of minutes ago. So make sure you guys check in on them. Support all of your local teams here tomorrow. Can't wait for tomorrow. We will see you guys. We're out of time here today. As always, subscribe to the YouTube, Centex Sports TV / Centex Sports Network on YouTube. Also, check out the website, CentexSportsNetwork.com. Free subscription. Just need your name and email to get signed up, and we'll get you guys ready to go. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Friday Night Flex. Week 1 is here. High school football, college football, NFL right around the corner. We can't wait. We will see you guys next time here on Centex Primetime. Everybody have a great weekend.